This is a little picture I had, just thought I'd show it to you. I'm continuing with Saturn and how I'm trying to show you that this thing is a spiritual nature, but it's a machine as well. Remember I told you about the time cube? That's what the pyramids are. And each color represents a different position of mankind. Well, here I found this from a kid's site. And here's the 4 colors, red, yellow, blue, green, in a pyramid configuration. Yeah, of course the picture is a little silly, but it does pretty much advocate my position, because why would somebody draw these if there wasn't some truth to it? Because see, they always tell you the truth. They just don't put it where you can find it in plain sight. So here they put the time cube on a kid's website, and there it is, red, yellow, blue, green. And you'll see when we do the overlay here that it coincides with the time cube and Egyptian theology of the civilization of man going to the utmost of his abilities and then declining into deprivation, which is what we're doing right now. And then here we are, we have, as a reminder, here's the Google Cube, which is a hexagon, which is a hexahedron, which you'll find on the Israeli flag, and you'll also find that on the North Pole of Saturn, where the information is emanating from. You can see it's red, yellow, blue, green, same configuration. That's really a cube. I know it looks like a hexagon, but it's really a cube, and it's a cube within a cube. See, I haven't told you, there's another cube in there, and that's why that little cube is on the inside of the bigger cube. So, that's just following along with the same color scheme. And so let's move on to the next bit. This next bit comes from the original Battlestar Galactica episode called Lucifer Speaks. It's interesting because Lucifer is a computer, which is interesting. And the Cylons, if you're old enough to remember, the Cylons, they were robots that looked like Roman centurions. So here we have Lucifer and Rome connected together. But what's more interesting to me is that they're using Lucifer as a computer. Lucifer is directly connected to Satan. Satan is definitely interchangeable with Saturn. And because Lucifer is being portrayed as a computer, and my supposition that Saturn is a type of a computer of a spiritual nature, it makes a full circle for me, for lack of a better word. And I just wanted to point this out. I am not trying to change anybody's mind about their own beliefs. That's not what this is about. I'm following a trail of breadcrumbs that I've been following for a long, long time. This is personal to me. For you, just take it as for entertainment purposes, because your walk with God should not be affected by what I'm telling you. I'm just showing you something that I noticed a long time ago. And I could be completely wrong, even though the evidence shows that I might be completely right. So do not base your religious beliefs or your spiritual beliefs on what I'm showing you here. Because I'm just a man like anybody else, and I'm probably way off the mark. That's what humans do. When we think we've got it right, we find out we ain't got none of it. So, just take it as entertainment purpose, and if you want to delve into it deeper, that's fine. But this is not to change anybody's mind. I'm not biased for any certain group. I don't put groups down to put other groups up. So, this episode of Battlestar Galactica coming up is called Lucifer Speaks. And you'll notice that Lucifer looks like it is a computer, and the other robots are Cylons, which look like Roman centurions. And once again, you have Lucifer and Rome combined. Okay, so here we see that IL is from the Ugarte, and EL is from the Hebrew, but they all go back, all those 3 words there all go back to the planet Saturn. So once again, he's designating what group he's from: Saturn, Lucifer, Satan, the computer. Why do you think people have said for years that the computer is from the devil? Because it is, in a roundabout way. It's connected to Saturn. It's connected to a sphere of Saturn, which is called Daath, D-A-A-T-H. There's no life there. God does not reside there. It's nothing but information. It's where the information of the machine emanates out of. Now, there's entities in there, but they don't have a soul. They're just entities, and you'll find a lot of these things in chat rooms on your YouTube page, and I know I've got a bunch of them here on mine. You know, they mimic, they're like artificial intelligence. They mimic human life, but they're really not. Believe me, I've run across enough of them, so, you know, that's why I told you. There's a whole other world on the other side of that computer monitor. You know, it's like Alice Through the Looking Glass, remember that? Alice in Wonderland, that was the original version. Well, this is not a one-way mirror. They can see this way too. It's just that they can't make contact anymore with us coming this way unless they communicate through the screen. This is the what do they call it? The atmosphere that separates the two of us. And it's probably a good thing, because I think most of you might need a bigger pair of diapers if you really saw what was going on. Okay, coming up here is from a music group. They have actually a prop of the machine, and it's very interesting because it's in the shape of the seal of Saturn, and it shows hints of being computerized. You'll notice behind this machine is a mouse or a rat. The mouse is what gets into the program and corrupts it. If you ever saw that movie Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, they kept showing a pair of mice. Well, that's because they get into the program and they mess it up. Like in The Matrix, the Oracle, the architect's job was to maintain authority and to keep the program running one way, but the Oracle's job was to go in there and cause disruption. It's the same premise. So let's take a look at this. And once again, it alludes, it's using the seal of Saturn, and it alludes to it being a machine. So the answer to all the questions is 42. I knew what this meant the minute I saw this. Most people have no idea, but I'm about to show you what it is. And it all goes right back to the same thing. It all goes back to Saturn.